Ending hunger in Lexington, upgrading Shillito Park, and the city has an official flower. All this and more on this week's edition of Lexington Now. I'm Neil Noah, and this is Lexington Now for the week of September 16, 2019. Despite the fact that we live in a nation of plenty, there are still those among us who go to bed hungry. God's Pantry was recently recognized for its efforts to put an end to hunger.
Today is Hunger Action Day, and the month of September is Hunger Action Month. God's Pantry Food Bank is one of 200 food banks across the United States who is recognizing Hunger Action Month in September and also recognizing Hunger Action Day today, September 12th. Across the United States, 1 in 9 people are food insecure, may not know where their next meal comes from. Here in central and eastern Kentucky, it's 1 in 6. 250,000 people who are not sure where their next meal may come from. 70,000 are children, 18 and younger, who are not sure what food they will have to fuel the healthy lifestyle and diets they need to be successful as they grow.
We're here to talk about something that a lot of us in this room may not ever have to think about. And we're here to talk about something that far too many of our citizens do have to think about. We're here to talk about going hungry, about not knowing where your next meal will come from. God's Pantry Food Bank thinks about people who go hungry every day. Thank goodness. There are 48,000 people in Lexington who are food insecure, and God's Pantry helps them. And there are, as you heard from Mike, thousands of others. You have our support, God's Pantry, and I want you to know that. We love God's Pantry. We show that support in many ways. For some of us, we take cans of food to church. We put them in a God's Pantry bin. Others host food drives, volunteer at distribution centers, or become advocates. And it's interesting because I was just at a conference speaking right before this, and the conference was called It Takes a Village. That applies here too. It takes a village. So congratulations, Mike. Thank you very much for your work, and as well as the work of all of God's Pantry. And now it is my pleasure to present a proclamation. That's one of the fun things that a mayor gets to do quite often. And so I'm going to ask Mike to come up, and I'll read the proclamation and present it to you as well as to God's Pantry. So
Thank
just
you.
come right up beside me.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Whereas nearly 250,000 adults, kids, teens, and seniors are food insecure in central and eastern Kentucky, including over 48,000 in Lexington. And whereas since 1955, God's Pantry Food Bank has faithfully provided food, nutrition, and hope to thousands of Lexingtonians through its pantries, children's and seniors programs. And whereas today, God's Pantry Food Bank partners with more than 200 referring agencies and supplies more than 400 food pantries and meal programs across 50 central and eastern Kentucky counties. And whereas the food bank is a highly respected nonprofit organization that distributes 39.7 million pounds of food a year, enough to create 33 million meals. And whereas thousands of residents, businesses, foundations, and elected officials serve as God's Pantry Food Bank volunteers, donors, board members, staff, and advocates supporting the food bank, as it fights hunger and delivers hope. Now, therefore, I, Linda Gorton, Mayor of Lexington, do hereby declare September 12th, 2019, Hunger Action Day in Lexington. Thank you so much.
Linda, thank you.
Yeah.
Shillito Park is getting an upgrade to one of the city's most popular play areas, and you can help with the construction. Here's how.
It's my pleasure to welcome you all. Thank you for joining us today as we take our next step in creating something very special here at Shillito Park. More than 25 years ago, civic-minded Lexington neighbors rolled up their sleeves to build something really unique here, the most iconic playground here in Lexington, on this spot. Shillito Park and this popular playground were born from a shared community spirit and the love of Lexington. For over 25 years, Shillito Park's unique background provided the recreational backdrop for thousands of local families and children from all walks of life. More than that, it provided a lot of memories that my children experienced and my grandchildren still share today. The value of affordable outdoor play in today's world cannot be understated. Some families simply can't afford pay-to-play events. Outdoor play encourages independence. When children feel independent, it builds their confidence. It helps develop problem-solving skills, sensory development, and studies show that playing outdoors reduces childhood anxiety and depression. And kids who play outside are less likely to be obese, which is a growing concern in today's society. We're building a playground here today that you can't find in many other places. We're creating a special play experience that all ages and all abilities can enjoy, the first of its type in Lexington.
Lexington's the kind of place where hundreds of volunteers show up to build a playground. They show up to help us in many ways, and I just think that's awesome. We still need a few more, but I have no doubt they will show up and be working by the time we need them. I want to thank a few folks. First of all, I want to thank Timothy Johnson, good morning, who is the brand new CEO of United Way of the Bluegrass. And I want to thank him for his support and assistance. Welcome to the Bluegrass.
Thank you.
I told him we're going to turn him into a Southerner. Oh, and then I also want to thank Lowe's, who have employees here. We couldn't do this without you and your support. And also Kentucky Utilities. Do we have some KU folks here? Oh, there you are. Hey, Tom. Good morning. Thank you so much for your help with this also. This is where Lexington always comes together with its partners who say this is important and we can help do this. So thank you all.
Again, a big shout out to Lowe's and to KU and to United Way and ATS, who's waiting patiently on us. They're ready to get started again this morning. You can't pull these things together without a lot of folks, and you've heard a lot about that. I'm here to really do that last cry to folks. We need you to come out and help us build this playground. You can register online at lexingtonky.gov/Shillito. You can sign up there. That will take you through the United Way portal to get you signed up. And what we need you to bring. Make sure you got a hat, sunscreen, comfortable clothes. Closed-toed shoes are a big issue on any kind of build site. If you have a drill or a charger, perhaps batteries for those, tools that you would use to mulch the landscape around your house. Simple things, but come on out and join us September 18th through the 22nd. We'll have lots of activities going on each day of the build, and it'll be a fun environment as well as a good working environment. I also want to give a thank you and shout out to our Parks and Rec team. I can't name them all because they've been out here for weeks and weeks building and marketing and recruiting and getting sponsorships. So thank you again to all the Parks and Rec team, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.
Lexington has an official new flower, and we'll tell you what it is after the break. Welcome back to Lexington Now. America in Bloom sponsored a vote for Lexington's official flower, and the results are in.
In an election sponsored by America in Bloom, our citizens have chosen the purple coneflower as Lexington's official flower. Let's hear it for the coneflower. So apparently, purple coneflower thrashed the competition, the blue catmint and the blue salvia. 1,150 citizens voted online, and half of them voted for the purple coneflower. It was a landslide victory. We love those, right? The three candidate plants were identified by America in Bloom, and Ann Garrity is going to give us more details in a few minutes.
What we did first was ask about 4 dozen gardening experts from garden centers, horticulturalists, garden club members, master gardeners, and came up with a list. They sent us a list of plants that met 3 criteria. They had to be sun and drought tolerant, with a long bloom season, and suitable for both commercial and home planting. And we received about a dozen recommendations. And some of the recommendations, like purple coneflower, got more than 1 nomination. So here we are today with the purple coneflower. It's not quite blue. We did try to narrow it to blue choices. You know, catmint, we need to honor the catmint because, hey, we're the cats, so.
And it's blue.
And it's blue. So you can plant that with your coneflower. But we have a very beautiful flower. We're very happy with it. I have some in my yard. They come up on their own. They last a long time. And I think you can see that from this beautiful art exhibit, and here we are in the central gallery of the library, that many people love the coneflower. Approximately half of these paintings are coneflowers, and you ought to come downtown and see it. So America in Bloom, thanks to you all for your support and appreciation for this. We are really proud to be able to make a contribution in this way.
Lexington's leading art house theater is hosting the Rosa Godard Film Festival this month. Here's how you can enjoy this festival at the Kentucky Theater.
The Rosa Godard International Film Festival is at the Kentucky Theater 3 Wednesdays in September. Well, we're really interested in showing international films because people don't get a chance to see them as much anymore. What with theaters needing to make big profits more than they did. So, and we hope people, well, just having the opportunity to see international or sort of art house style films and realize that there are other things aside from, you know, Marvel and big blockbusters. Well, there are no international films that really come to Lexington anymore. Rosa Godard, who we've named the series after, left money to the Kentucky some years ago when she died to provide foreign films to the city, but that money ran out, and then we kind of took up the banner and started carrying that forward ourselves. All of this year's films are from the director Agnes Varda. We sort of just pick films that, first off, we have to like them. That's a big criteria, and we do try and have a theme. We were actually going to go with space because of the moon landing anniversary and stuff this year, but then when the director Agnes Varda died, we decided to focus on her films because we liked her so much. This is our 9th year doing the film festival, and its success is basically based on that we love it and we love doing it, and we will do it whether it's profitable or not. It's more of a community service, and you know, we do, of course, enjoy having a good crowd, and I think there are enough people in Lexington that they've just been supporting it. Tickets are available at the Kentucky. They might sell them on the day of the show. There's information at the Kentucky, also at Special Media, and we have a Facebook page for the Rosa Godard Film Festival.
Lex TV has several meetings on the schedule this week. Here's a look. That'll do it for this week, and as always, you can keep up with us on social media, check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter @LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on LexingtonKY.gov. For the staff and producers at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.